Continue to follow what's being investigated as an assassination attempt of former president and presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald J. Trump. The world watched as Trump spoke at a campaign rally in Butler County, Pennsylvania, a key battleground state in the race for the White House. Minutes into today's rally, shots rang out after former President Trump took to the podium. In a statement released on social media, he said he was shot in the ear but is doing fine tonight. We have more questions than answers right now, but CBS has been able to confirm that per Secret Service, that gunman is now dead. So is an audience member at the rally. 2 spectators are seriously hurt. Tonight, we're getting reaction from local political leaders across San Diego County. Republican Representative Darl Isa joining us right now. Darl, you've been a conservative and a Republican for a long time. I have to ask, how are you feeling right now?
Well, my heart goes out to the Trump family. They've given so much for so many years, and one more time, they're having to face a pretty unthinkable event. Fortunately, it looks like the former president will fully recover and get back out on the campaign trail. But this is a wake-up call to have everyone lower the temperature and recognize that these kinds of acts and statements leading to that have no place in our republic.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, we have confirmed former President Trump is fine, but what are you hearing about the victims at the rally? One person is dead, and we hear that another is seriously hurt. Have you heard anything more?
Well, we've heard exactly that there's one fatality and other what they often call collateral damage, but there are others who are injured, and we don't know the extent of it. Fortunately, it wasn't worse. The fact that weapons were able to get into a magnetometer-controlled area is quite shocking, but it does show that even with the best possible security, that of Secret Service, there's no guarantee, and that just as Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, and Ronald Reagan all faced assassination, literally, or attempts, this is always a risk that people face on the campaign trail.
We are looking at video from the incident in question, and we've also learned that the gunman was on the roof outside of the perimeter. Can you tell us, what do you know of the level of security at a Trump rally or campaign event?
Well, the Secret Service provides snipers at these kinds of events who take positions that theoretically would spot a fellow sniper, if you will. And obviously, there's a failure there. I oversaw the Secret Service at one time, and as chairman of oversight, my expectation is there'll be a thorough after action. They'll figure out where and how and learn from it. The only good thing is that it wasn't worse. Somebody with a high-powered rifle at distance, it could have been much worse.
Okay, so reaction from this shocking development is still pouring in locally. We have a Republican member of the San Diego County Board of Supervisors joining us now. Jim Desmond, thank you so much for joining us.
This is a shocker that unfortunately, this is the discourse that we have become, which is not good. It's not healthy. And unfortunately, there's been so much hate and vitriol on these presidential candidates, and unfortunately, and it's come to somebody getting shot, and it's not good. I really, wish it had not have happened, and quite frankly, I'm happy that President Trump is still alive and he wasn't hurt or killed, but it's really a tragedy. I think just for our discourse and our that we have in our nation and how divided we are and have become, that this type of things happened. I would imagine hopefully both sides think this is tragic, shouldn't have happened, and hopefully we can move on from this. And this is not the new norm, but this is a one-off, and hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Wendy Patrick joining us now. I want to ask you about the building tension before today. There was threats of political violence if former President Trump didn't win this election in November. And now that we are here, I want to ask you, I have to be very direct here. Do you think that this will anger and embolden a lot of his supporters to possibly pursue further violence?
Oh, we hope not. And we also hope that anyone who is incited to violence by watching this on either side of the aisle, we hope that we'll be able to catch that. You talk about threat assessment. It's about prevention, not necessarily prediction, because we can't always predict targeted violence, but we can do everything we can to prevent it.
We have Corey Gustafson with the Republican Central Committee joining us now. Okay, so I got to ask this, after seeing something so critical at a time like right now, we are just days away from the Republican National Convention. How does this affect the presidential race?
Well, look, I think that our focus is on making sure President Trump's all right. But I don't think it's going, I think Americans are going to see what Republicans have been seeing for the last 6 months, that President Trump's energized, out there fighting for the American people. Whatever comes his way, whether it be a justice system that's out to get him, whether it be an establishment that's trying to stop him from being president for the last 8 years, President Trump's going to take this in stride, and he's going to keep fighting. And what I am amazed by is that President Trump heard something going on over there, it seems like, when I've watched the video many, many times, and his head was turned in such a way that because he was turned like this, the bullet whizzed past his ear, through his ear. But if his head was straight ahead, looking directly straight at the crowd rather than the side, it might have been gone right into his head a la JFK. So we were millimeters away, or a turn of the head away, from President Trump not making it out today. And so I think everybody has to remember that, about how close we were to having a repeat of 1963.
A video is still so difficult to watch. Now, we want to tell you that we did reach out to a number of local Democratic leaders for reaction to today's shooting, and we are still waiting to hear back. When we land those interviews, we'll bring them to you right here on CBS 8.